Welcome to the Voice of Reason Sports Podcast. Make sure you subscribe to the show, leave a comment, and click that like button. Finally, the Caitlin Clark hype is over. It's time to play some basketball. Looks like they've been getting some good crowds out there, but the Indiana Fever are 0-3 right now. I blame the WNBA for her slow start. Why would you put her up against the New York Liberty, one of the best teams in the WNBA, and the Connecticut Sun early in the season? I think they played the Liberty twice.
Well, was the schedule made before?
It's possible. It's possible. I would have redid the schedule. I would have screw that.
But they still want to see. She still got to play. I mean, regardless, she still gonna have to play good or whatever. I mean, the team can still lose, but she still play. Still got to see how she play against the best people. I mean, 17 points in the WNBA is not bad. I mean, that's what she averages. Right now. But she just had that first half where it was terrible. She didn't score any points. That first half, and then scored 20 in the second. The second half of that ball game.
But Dale, I mean, these are the better teams in this league. I just wouldn't have put her up against them because you're killing some of the fandom. I mean, there was a game against the Liberty. They lost by 40, almost 40 points. They played the Connecticut Sun first. I'm sorry, they're 0-4. They played the Connecticut Sun first. They played the New York Liberty second and their third game, and then a Connecticut Sun again as their fourth game. She played better in that game. She played. Well, I think it was probably a better performance in that game, and the teams had played a better performance in that game. But it was just like, why would you do that? These are the better team. Well, why not?
I mean, they can't completely coddle her. You know what I'm saying? Because the rest of the league is going to resent her, and then they're going to put a target on her back if you do it just all sitting around her. Because you also got Angel Reese, who's supposed to be like an equal type superstar coming into the game. You know what I'm saying? Even though everything seems to be catering around Caitlin. You know what I'm saying? Like they didn't even broadcast Angel Reese's first game,
which is crazy.
Crazy. How you don't have that on some kind of major network, your most major network?
And it's crazy because a fan had to stream it.
Right. That's right. She got like 200,000 something. What is it? 2 million.
I think it was 2 million. Had millions of people watching it.
Right. Yeah. Watch the first stream.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You couldn't put that on TV to where 2 million people could watch it on TV.
Right. That was not smart.
And I still don't understand that. I still, to the life of me, would not understand why you would not have her game broadcasted too, just like you have Caitlin Clark's.
Right. Right. I didn't understand. Or at least like have Clark's game broadcast first and then the Chicago Sky right after the game. Why couldn't it do a double hitter or something like that? You know what I mean?
They could have got the most out of having both of them first game shown on TV. They could have got the most for real. But you know what? I will say this, man. I tried to watch a WNBA game.
It's hard. It's hard.
It is still so hard. All the turnovers and missed shots. And, you know what I'm saying? Some of them be so bad, though, man. You just be like, oh, my God.
It's hard. It's hard.
It's really, really hard. But until they play each other, I know it's two good, quote-unquote, NBA teams, WNBA teams playing each other, I'm probably not going to be, like, steady watching it,
Yeah.
But if there's a storyline, you know what I'm saying, that I could follow, playoff time, and they got to play each other.
But that's what I'm saying. They got to sell this story. You know what I'm saying? They got to sell the story. I say keep hyping Caitlin Clark up. Hype up Angel Reese. She's a personality. She's got game. Hype her up. You can hype her up. You know?
Right. Absolutely.
Yeah. I need more commercials. I need more action from her on the court. I need her, putting a hand in front of her face saying, "You can't see me." I need some drama. Yeah.
Right. I think Angel Reese is doing better than Caitlin in social media, but as far as the hype, they all to Caitlin Clark.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I mean, I see more commercials with her games on it than I can even remember. Even I haven't even seen one with Angel Reese on it yet. Not one.
I'm trying to think.
And considering they haven't even broadcasted her first game, didn't even put that on TV.
Right.
That says a lot.
Right. Right. No, it does. It does. And it says that they're not taking advantage of this moment.
Right.
And that's the whole thing. I keep saying about the WNBA. This is your Bird magic moment. Take advantage of it.
Right. I think they need new management, man, because all this time they should not still be a non-profitable organization. I mean, you've been afloat for all this time, right? But WNBA been playing for what, about 15 years now?
Oh no, it's over 20.
It's over 20.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's like might be like 25 years.
Didn't they stop for a while, or they thought they was gonna have to shut it down or something because they was losing so much money?
Yeah, I think there was a situation like that.
But they got the NBA backing them now. So
right.
they backing them. But by now, you should have been able to produce a product that you can make money on now, especially you got these TV deals. You know, you got TV deals now.
Well, you said it best. You said you had a hard time watching one of the games.
Yeah. It was pretty hard. And it makes it so bad to have money on the game. That's what really made it. How could you watch it? I have money on it. I used to watch anything if I got money on it.
Right.
But I couldn't keep watching that. I was like, oh my God, this is so horrible.
Well, I mean, my thing is, I think there's some good guard play in the WNBA. I think the bigs, they don't play so well.
Well, you know, it's just such a slower paced game, you know, because they're not running up and down the court, you know what I'm saying, like the men do, of course, and that's exciting seeing it going back and forth.
Exactly.
A lot of threes and stuff like that. But it's very few of them that have any really like high skill level. Everything else is just very basic, fundamental basketball.
Right.
You know. And of course you're not gonna see no dunks.
Right. You're not gonna see no dunks. So but to me, they should be working like when they throw it down in the post, I don't see the level of footwork.
Nah.
You know what I mean? I don't see
it. They're not athletic enough. They're not as athletic, you know.
Right.
So you're not going to see it on that level of athleticism.
Right.
Those quick pivot moves, and
right.
Stuff like that. Yeah.
And I think it's tough. I think it's tough for a lady that's 6'4", 6'5", that's playing the center position to do a fadeaway jump shot.
Right.
You don't see a lot of that. You don't see a lot of good fadeaway jump shots because that's what you got to do when you're down in the post.
That's right.
You're not seeing a lot of that, and I think that's, to me, that's what makes it hard. Because I think some of the guard play is good from some of the guard play is really good. Some, not so good, but I think that's just a lack of a talent and just not enough talent. Like there might be too many teams for the talent that's coming in, and I think the college game is developing more talent that'll eventually get there, but it's not there yet. And I think the bigs need to work on their game. Like go catch up with Akeem Olajuwon. Get to learn that dream shake. Send Andrew Reese to learn from Akeem.
Yeah, well, look, man. If you're gonna make the ball smaller, hey, just lower the rims. Just lower.
Right? Why not?
Let them go to the just go lower the rim. Let them dunk. You know what I'm saying? You gotta have that in the game. That's just a part of basketball.
Right.
When you don't have dunking, when you don't have it like that, ooh,
right.
When you don't have that moment, it just takes something away from the game.
It does. It's like not having the home run in baseball.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
It's what we come here for. I mean, I think what's helped develop the game is the 3-point shot, right? The 3-point shot has gotten popular. But and I think Shaq said this. You brought up that idea, but Shaq also brought up the idea. But Candace Parker shot it down about lowering the rim. Just lower it. Let them dunk.
You get low. I mean, there's some that can dunk on it, like a couple of them, but it ain't a real dunk.
It ain't a real dunk. It ain't a sexy dunk.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Just lower that joint so they can go and get funky. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
Let
They
them
can
hang on the
start getting
rim.
funky. Yeah, you know, they start doing some reverse joints. They start coming over. They start dunking on each other. You know,
Oh, right. And
and that'll bring the excitement to the game they really need for real.
exactly. I'll definitely be in if they saw Duncan like that.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. I'll
But yeah,
definitely.
but yeah. All right. Well, enough about the WNBA. Let's get on with the NBA. Come on, man. I mean, we're in the conference finals. Let's get on with it, right?
Yeah, let's get to that real basketball.
no,
No shade, no shade,
no shade, no shade. But let's get into what really matters here. But first of all, let's go and give Ant-Man some props here, right? Taking down the defending champs, the Nuggets,
Yeah, yeah.
especially falling down. I think they were down by like 25, 28 points and came back to
Yeah.
beat the Nuggets in Denver.
Well, the last game they were down 20. They got down. The most of them down was 20. The last game because they were down at 17 by the half, and then Murray made a 3-pointer that gave him 20. They made him up 20.
Oh, okay,
But
okay.
but the thing is how it all you can see Anthony Edwards becoming a leader, right?
Mm-hmm,
Because he didn't
mm-hmm,
score. He only scored 16 points in that game.
mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? He scored 16 points. I think it was 16, somewhere in there. He scored under 20. It was under 20. You know, he didn't have to score 35 points for them to come back, make the deficit, still keep scoring. You know, they got other people involved like Jalen Williams, you know, Jaden Williams. They got him involved. And even Rudy Gobert got involved on the offensive side, you know.
You
That
mean
was
Jaden
already
Daniels?
I said Williams. Jaden Daniels. Jaden Daniels. No, I think it's Jaden Williams, isn't it?
It's Daniels, Jaden
His
Daniels.
name? Okay, okay. Damn, I'm tripping. But yeah, him, him, um, him being involved in the game. Then Naj Reed came. He got
Gosh,
involved on defense.
yeah.
They just started having participation from everywhere on the team. And when you hear a little mic'd up because he was mic'd up for this game or whatever, you know, you can hear him kind of coaching the players on what to do. Look, they're going to double me. You know, when they double me, you got to move out of there. Don't stay. You know, he was telling that to Conley. He was like, don't
Mm,
stay around when they double me. Just move out of there and set up. You know, shit like that. So he was like coaching the team, like a player coach, man.
right.
And so he might be blossoming into that next superstar.
Yeah.
You know, and so
Yeah.
they need to score 40 points for them to do it.
Yeah. And I mean, he didn't have to score 40 points. His defense got really good. He was able to lock up Murray a little bit in the second half. But I mean, he did an outstanding job, and I think that guy is developing into a superstar. So
Yeah.
and he has all the attributes to be a great player. So, but
He really does. I mean,
yeah,
I want to see him be more consistent
mhm.
regularly more consistent. But he showed you that he can put up those 40, 50-point games and be almost unstoppable when he wants to.
Yeah. But I think Denver got some questions to answer this offseason. I mean, how do you go into game 7? Now, Jokic and Murray played outstanding. Murray had 35, Jokic had 34, 19 rebounds, right?
Mhm.
And that was it. Nobody else scored in double digits. How Aaron Gordon, how do you play 42 minutes and score
Man,
4 points?
was it 4? I thought it was 6. It was 4 points.
4 points. He played 42 minutes.
Terrible.
Terrible.
Absolute.
Yeah. Porter Jr., 7 points, 34 minutes. Yeah. That's
Mhm.
what killed him. That's what killed him. You know,
Had
these are
no participation from the other players.
right.
The role play. The
The
role
role
players did not
players.
play there.
Exactly. At home.
Yep.
So that cost them this game. That cost them this game 7 and a chance at a back to back. So
Yeah,
they
man. It's disappointing because they roared our way back. I mean, we thought they would. I did. I thought they were done already when they went down 0-2 at home. You know,
right.
and go to Minnesota. Like I said, Minnesota crushed them without Rudy Gobert.
Yep.
And when that happened, and then I'm like, okay, they gonna go home and it's gonna be a rested Gobert, and you know they probably gonna clobber them. Nope, they come back and win 3 straight games, and they weren't close.
Right.
They kind of destroyed them for 3 straight games, and then you lose one, you say, okay, well, they took one off, they're gonna win it back at home. Then they go up 20 points. You're like, okay, yeah, this is what I thought was going to happen. And then they let them come through the back door, just come down, run them down, and couldn't stop the momentum once they started it back up, man.
Right.
It was outrageous. I'm like, wow, there's no excuse for this, man. There's no
Well,
excuse.
it looked like they ran out of gas. Like,
Yeah, but you would think you're in Mile High, it's your home court. The other team, the one should be running out of gas.
right.
You would think it would be Minnesota, but nah, they ramped it up in the fourth quarter, man. In the second half, they ramped it up and give it props to them for not giving up.
But that's what I mean. It just looked like Minnesota was the team that was hungry for this win. Like,
Yeah.
they wanted it more. Like, I felt like the Nuggets were just content with having a one championship, having a good season. They didn't seem to show the same fire and hunger. I mean, like, towards the end of the game, you remember there was the Wolves missed some shots, and it was like putbacks that the Wolves would get. Nas Reed had one. I think Big Cat had one. He caught one off the rim and put it back. And it was like, well, where's the fire from the Nuggets? Where's the box out? Where's the aggression to go get those rebounds?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And Jokic, I mean, you can't say he didn't. I mean, what he had, like 20 rebounds?
19.
He had 19 rebounds. He can't say he wasn't there, but
Right.
yeah, where are your role players? Where's everybody else?
And Aaron Gordon, 42 minutes. I'm gonna say this again: 42 minutes, 4 rebounds.
It's inexplicable, man. I can't understand that. We're like, yeah, you got to show up. You just have to.
How is that possible, right? Like,
Yeah.
I mean, you can fall into 10 rebounds. You play 42 minutes. I mean, Jokic played 47 minutes. He played all but 1 minute.
All but 1 minute, yo. They was talking about that during the game.
Yeah, all but 1 minute. 34 points, 19 rebounds, 7 assists. He was all over, but he was awful from the 3-point line. 2 for 10.
Yep. And that was pretty much the difference. I'm not putting on Jokic. I'm not putting on Jokic, but that was, I mean, that's one of the factors.
Yeah.
If you can shoot that many 3-pointers, you got to make more than 2.
You got to make more than 2. Right. Exactly. And I think at one point he was like 0 for 6. So he was not doing well there. But he's not your 3-point shooter. That should be Porter Jr., who was 1 for 6.
Yeah, terrible.
Yeah.
I mean, that single-handedly lost the game. Porter not producing and Aaron Gordon not producing.
Yeah,
right
exactly.
there.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
all the other people are minimal, you know what I'm saying? Minimal producers that they could produce in that and they can still win. But those two, neither one of them produce. Yeah, you're not gonna win.
Yeah. And speaking of not producing, the other game 7, the Knicks and Pacers. What happened to the Knicks? I mean, they completely fell apart.
Well, I think the injuries and the fatigue finally caught up to them. Right?
That's true.
Yeah, you got Anunoby in and out. I mean, they considering they didn't have Randall for half of the season, they did great. I mean, it was great what they did considering they were already injured coming into it. But then they lost Mitchell Robinson. Yeah, and he's key for their big man because to me, Hartenstein is not a legit big man. He's not the full game big time. He's not a threat on defense to clog the middle. So, but Robinson is, he's much more better defender in the paint. So you lose him, and then Josh Hart ended up getting that abdomen issue. So he was playing with that for the last 3 games, of that series. So he's not effective on the rebound. So, Josh Hart is, he can get you 17 rebounds at times.
Right.
He can do that. But with this abdomen issue, that just wasn't going to happen because he can't be full. He's not full strength. So I think the injury finally caught up to him. The fatigue finally caught up to him because now, after all that injury, now you got to rely on Brunson so much. He was shooting so much, and they just, finally is a combination. And you're talking about Indy, a fast running team. Like if you're not full strength and you ain't got your full energy, you're gonna have problems with Indy because Indy's like the fastest paced team in the league.
Right.
and they will run you to death. Like you would shoot, make the basket before you even get to set up. They all the way back on your side of the court, trying to set up for a three or drive to the lane for you get to set up on your defense. So I think a combination of all that just kind of wore New York out. They wore them down, you know.
Well, 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 I mean, going back to the injuries and stuff. I mean, Brunson broke his hand.
Yep.
You know,
Yep.
they had a lot of stuff going into that, but some of that falls on the coach. I mean, that's the thing about Tibbs, man. Tibbs is known for wearing his players down.
He will run them in the ground. He will play them as long as they. But it is on him because he got to stop. Because a player is not going to say I want to come out.
Right.
They're never going to come out. If you let him play, they just say no, I'm good.
But that's his job. That's his job to manage that. It's not a sprint. It's a marathon, and you gotta pace him. Like, I mean, that's what basically ruined Derrick Rose's career, right? Mm-hmm. He ran Derrick Rose into the ground until Derrick Rose blew out his knee. And it hadn't been the same, but he runs his players into the ground. He's known for that. And I think that's what hurt the Knicks. Players were playing too many minutes. So, yeah. But it is what it is, man. So, yep, we actually have the Knicks. No, we actually have the Pacers and the Celtics playing right now. Game 1. Yep.
93-88 right now. So it's still a close game, which amazes me because first quarter, Boston went out 12-0.
Oh, wow. Well, it's a young Pacers team. So
yeah, they started off 12-0, but here come the running Pacers.
Yeah,
and like I said, they scored. It was 12-0. So for the first 2.5 minutes, the Pacers did not score, right? And they ended up with 31 points in the quarter. You know what I'm saying? So they still ended up with 31 points in the quarter, and Boston's supposed to be a good defensive team.
Yeah, but the Pacers are a top offensive team.
They're that pace, man. They're the Pacers,
right?
And that pace really off balances teams' defenses. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, they're back on your side of the court with 20 seconds left on the shot clock. They're already ready to set up and make a shot. And then you got Miles Turner. He's healthy. He's been playing. He's giving them minutes. He's a clogger in that middle. Right. He's not a big guy, but he does block shots. He will make you change your shot if you're one of those teams that like to shoot in the paint all the time. Mm-hmm. So him coming, and then you got that speed. Like as soon as McConnell get the ball, sometimes, man, he'll be down the court 3 seconds. He's back on your side, set up, ready to make the offensive play. And that's starting to give Boston problems. That's really starting to give Boston problems. You see him even tonight in tonight's game. That's how they came back. They were coming back. Like I said, Boston make a shot. They'll throw the ball all the way down the court and shoot the three. And I mean, only 3 seconds that clicked off of the shot clock.
Right.
And make it. Boom. They make it. So they'll go on these little streaks, these little runs. You see what they did against New York, the last game.
Right.
They had the highest shooting percentage in NBA history.
Man, they're a good team, man.
That's crazy, But with pace, and you've seen a lot of teams doing that this year, like pacing it up. That's why the scores are so high this year, and you're probably going to continue seeing that more next season. Little hint, play them overs before they break the points up. They're going to be doing that more this season with that pace up type stuff. But right now, it is 94-90, and Indy is giving Boston everything they want.
Yeah. So who do you think is going to win this series?
I mean, I got Boston winning the series. I mean, they had to rest, they were waiting, to see who won between Indy and New York. And they got the home field advantage. They're a better team. They should not lose this series, but that was the same case last year when they played the lowest ranked Miami Heat.
Right.
Last year.
I think I would go definitely with Boston if Porzingis makes his way back.
Mm,
I
mm.
think he gives them a definite advantage with his size and everything like that.
Yeah.
I just don't like Boston's like starting lineup. Like, you know, they're going with Drew Holiday and White with Brown in the guard positions, and then Harford at center and Tatum at small forward. Just it's like a small
Yeah.
lineup to me. And I think the
Yeah.
advantage
Yeah.
would
They don't have
go,
a lot of size. They
they don't
definitely
have
don't
a
have.
lot of size, right? And I think the advantage goes to the Pacers, right? With the size, because they got Turner and Siakam.
Yep.
And
Yep.
I think that's going to give the Celtics problems. So Parzingas to me is the key. And it's going to be a question of whether or not he can play this series.
Yeah, they said he's definitely missing the first two games. That's not even on the table. He's going to miss the first two games. Um, now can Boston hold on? I mean, they should. They're supposed to be that much of a better team that they could
I
hold
don't
on.
think so.
They should still beat Indy without Porzingis.
I,
But
I disagree.
yeah, I mean, well, they didn't have Porzingis the whole year, and they were the number one. They were like the top ranked team before Porzingis got there. So that was just supposed to be icing on the cake.
Well, but they need icing on the cake because they're getting stuck in the playoffs.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. But they're supposed to be the better ranked team. They got the better ranked defense. You got the bigger stars.
Mm-hmm.
You got Tatum and Brown. You know, uh, and you're supposed to be the better team overall. You
Mm-hmm.
know, better coach and everything. You're supposed to be the better team. So you should be able to lose Porzingis and still edge out Indy.
Yeah.
But right now it's 93-94 going into
I,
the fourth.
going into the fourth quarter, yeah. But I mean, look, you got a young, hungry team, just like the Wolves, young, hungry team. So,
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know. I got the Pacers winning if Parzingas doesn't
Really winning the series?
win in the series. Yes, just
Well, it'll be
just
interesting to
how they
see.
score, just how well they score. Like to me, the biggest advantage that the Celtics had was their defense. But if you can't stop this team offensively, then you no longer have the
Right.
advantage.
Yeah, they can neutralize your defense with that pace, that quick
Yes,
pace.
yes.
That's a lot of transition buckets.
Yeah. And the one player that nobody's talking about is TJ McConnell. You know, I mean, he does this Steve Nash thing where he gets into the paint, causes your defense to collapse. He
Mhm.
either passes it out or he scores on you. So, you know,
Make that layup. Yeah.
yeah, that and he's coming off the bench doing that. He has 10 points in this game.
Yeah.
He's 5 of 8, 10 points and 3 assists. So that's causing problems going into the paint, causing everything to
Yeah.
collapse.
He's been pretty consistent this whole playoff series. I mean, not
Yes.
series, but the whole playoff.
The whole
He's been,
playoffs.
yeah, he's been
Yeah.
consistent.
Yeah. So, but I think Porzingis gives the Celtics the advantage. You got a 5 dude shooting threes, blocking
Oh yeah,
shots.
anytime you get size, it's going to help you. So Porzingis was their rebounder. He was their best rebounder when he played. But
Yeah.
he also plays outside where he can give you that full range and bring your big man out to check him.
Right.
So you got rebound advantage now with Tatum over the rest of them. He'll bring Miles Turner out to the 3-point line because he has to check him out there because he will shoot the three. But without Porzingis out there, even though Horford will do it too, Horford will shoot those 3-2s, but he's a
Right.
spot up 3 shooter. He's the guy who's standing there. Tatum do his move or Brown do their move, drive to the basket, and when his man goes to double Brown or Tatum, then they kick it out to him.
Yeah,
You know,
but he's not 7'5" or whatever Porzingis is, some ridiculous height, and nobody can really challenge his
right,
shot.
right,
So,
right,
but all right,
right. He's like what? He's like 6'10", somewhere around there,
yeah, somewhere around
I
there.
believe.
Yeah. So, well, let's talk about the Mavs and the Wolves, Timberwolves.
Yeah,
Yes,
man.
it's going to
That's
be another good series.
yes,
But I give the edge
definitely.
to the Timberwolves.
Oh,
I give
oh yeah, I definitely give it to the Timberwolves. Timberwolves, they rank like top 5 and top 10 in most of the defensive categories.
Yep.
You know, and when you have a good defense with someone like Anthony Edwards who could put up the offense at the same time, you're going to give a lot of teams problems. You're going to give them a lot of problems. And you want to talk about size? With Gobert and Cat when he want to.
Yes.
With Cat when he want to.
They can
Playing in the
dominate.
middle. Yeah. They could dominate.
And
They
then you got Nas Reed coming off the bench.
And then Nas Reed, he's been key, man. I'm surprised. I can't believe he's been as involved and as productive as he has been. You know, but yeah, when they're clicking, they're going to be hard to beat. They're going to be very, very hard to beat. And I got them actually winning the series with Dallas.
Yeah, I do too. I feel really good about that, and I like the Mavs. I like what they've done. I like the chemistry between Kyrie and the rest of the players. And I don't know if it's still. I don't know if I feel as a good fit with Luka, but I think Kyrie and Luka seem to mesh well with the other players. You know what I mean? I don't see them playing off each other.
I think they made a good move in bringing in Gafford and Washington.
Right.
People Washington and Gafford.
Yeah, I think those two.
They didn't have any presence in the paint whatsoever.
Right.
You know, Lively wasn't going to do it. Powell definitely is not going to do it. So they needed that body who's going to bang in the paint and be a presence in the paint. So they just not giving up all the rebounds and giving all the paint points that they were giving up before. You know, because Gafford is going to challenge you. You know, on every rebound and every paint point, he's going to challenge you. You know, so I think them bringing them in kind of completed them a little bit.
I agree.
And that caused them to elevate some, you know, and even PJ Washington, not much of a rebounder, but he can give you those points. He can shoot, you know, those 3-pointers when you want to. When he gets hot, he's a very good 3-point shooter.
Right. And I think that meshes well with Luka and Kyrie. You know, good, you know, players that can play off these guys, you know, that can do so many things, right? And the fact that Luka and Kyrie need the ball in their hands to do their thing. So I think they're good compliments. So we'll see. I like I said, I still got the Timberwolves winning. It's just too much size, too much excitement around this team, a lot of youth and just, well, there's a good mixture of youth and veteran players, right? So I'm impressed with the Timberwolves. I got the Timberwolves winning this one pretty handedly.
Yeah, and then especially if Jaden McDaniels is doing his thing too. You know, their role players are starting to
right.
If stepping up too, you know what I'm saying, and your veteran Conley stepping up, they're going to be hard to beat. It's going to be very, very hard to beat.
They're going to be very hard to beat, especially with the defensive play. You know, Gobert down there clogging up the middle, blocking shots. I mean, he's a true, you know, defensive player of the year. You know, so good mixture.
Definitely.
So
definitely.
All right. Well, let's wrap this thing up. Thanks for joining us again. We do this thing every week. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you next week.